Welcome to my channel. Today, we will be discussing 10 fundamental checklists that you can use for you to be able to, to analyze any NGS stock in Nigeria. So that you don't need to be calling anybody, you don't need to be asking anybody. If you can be able to master these 10 fundamental checklists before investing in any stocks, you do your own analysis based on these 10 checklists. If you can be able to master it, you don't need to consider anybody, you don't need to ask anybody, which stock am I going to buy? You will take decision by yourself based on that particular checklist. In order to make this video not too long, let's quickly go to the checklist number one. Checklist number one that you are going to check is to understand that kind of business this company is doing. Are they into oil and gas? Are they into consumer goods? Are they into telecommunication? Are people embracing their products? Is their products are being embraced? Is what they do are they being used by populates by Nigerian people? All these things, when you analyze, when you are sure that this is what they do as business, for business where they generate their revenue, then you now check, their financial statement. When you are checking the financial, if you have to get financial statement is peradventure you go to NGS website. You can see the financials of any particular company for any particular year that are listed on the stock exchange. When you lay your hand on that particular financial papers, then you check for revenue growth. The first thing you are going to check is revenue. Is their revenue increase year in, year out? For example, if the revenue in year one is 20 billion, year two move to 25 billion, year three move to 30 billion, that shows the company is really performing wonderfully well in terms of revenue generation. When you are satisfied with that, then you can take your decision. For example, the stocks that are generating revenue very well in this particular space is when you talk of Dangote Cement, when you talk of Nelson PLC, these are the leaders, in their respective sectors. So these are the way to go about where you check revenue, you check their growth rate. Any company that their revenue are being declined, maybe in year one they make 20 billion, year two they move down to 10 billion, then year three they move down to 2 billion. That is a declining revenue growth. That company, you move away from that particular company. You don't put your money into that particular. But companies that are doing well, that are having growth in their revenue on year in, year out, that is the company you consider and pick as number one checklist. The second one is you check their net profit growth. Net profit growth is very, very important. Are they making, what is net profit? Is after revenue that they have generated, the expenses that they are incurring, when they have removed all those necessary expenses, the leftover is what they call net profit. If their net profits, are they growing? Are they increasing? All these things you have to check from their financial statement. If, for example, if revenue is growing from 10 billion, in year one to 20 billion in year two to 30 billion in year three, you will know that this particular company is growing on their net profit. Any company that are doing net profits, that means they need to watch their costs. Maybe their management costs are very, very too high, and taking care, use up most of the revenue generated before arriving at that particular net profit. So it's very, very important. When you check the profit level, you will now know if the company is making profit or not profit. If it's past, that means it's making profit year in, year out. So that you can quickly take your decision either to buy such stock or not to buy that particular stock. Then we move to earning per share. Earning per share show how much profit is being earned by shareholders. How much profit is being earned by shareholders. Very, very important when you are analyzing financial. How do you get this one? It's just by dividing net profit with total shares. When you divide net profit with total shares, you'll be able to get their earning per share. It's a function of what the shareholder is going to earn on each particular share. For example, if net profit is 100 billion and the share price is 20 billion, then earning per share will be equal to 5 naira. So the higher the earning per share, the better for the company. If the earning per share is low, that means the company is not properly doing well. So earning per share, which is the total net profit divided by total shares, that will give you their earning per share, and it's a way of measuring the performances of your investment in that particular company. So if it is very high, that means the company is doing well. If it's becoming low on a year in, year out, that means the company is being shaken. You have to consider that. That is number number 3. Then we move to return on equity. Return on equity, this means how well the management uses investors' funds, investors' money. How well is the management that uses this particular fund? For example, now, if paraventure return investment is about 50%, which is the benchmark in an industry, that means the company is doing well. How do you compute your return on investment? Return on investment is just net profit divided by shareholders' equity. Net profit divided by shareholder equity, you'll be able to determine the return on investment. Just a way of how management is using their funds. For example, if they give 20 million naira to the management as a capital, and then at the end of the year, they make 30, they make extra 30. That means they use return on it. Their use is 10%. That shows that they use that particular investment fund judiciously, and they use it to realize more profit for that particular company. So you need to check that. And then in the life of Zenith Bank, they have a very good return on investment. We have GTCO, especially most of the banking sectors, they are really doing well in this particular regard. So return on equity is very, very important for you to be able to show, to be able to know how effective the management is using investors' funds to generate more profit in that particular regard. Then we move to the next one. You have to check price to earning ratios. Price to earning ratios, this determine whether the stock is cheap or expensive. This determine whether the stock is very cheap or expensive. You need to really be very careful about this particular round. How do you calculate it? Price earning ratio is just like share price divided by earning per shares. The share price of that particular company, and you divide it by earning per share. You should be able to get price earning ratio for that particular company. For example, if share price of a company is 40 naira, earning per share is 5 naira. By the time you divide 40 by 5, you get 8. So the PE ratio will be equal to 8. That is just the way to calculate it. And then the low PE ratio show possibility of undervalue. If the PE ratio is very high, that means the company is being overpriced. So, you need to get this thing very well, and you do it yourself, to be totally convinced of where to put your money for a particular stock. You don't need to be asking. A lot of people are sending message to me. Which stock are we going to buy? Can I go and buy MTN? Can I go and buy this? All these checklists will be of assistance to you for you to be able to know which particular stock that you have to put your money in for your investment purpose. Then we move to debt equity ratio. Debt equity ratio, this measure how much debt the company is using to manage their operations. How much debt? If this one is very high, that means they are using borrowed money for them to be able to survive. This particular company, anybody that have high debt ratio, the company, you need to be very careful and be watchful of that particular company. How do you calculate your debt equity? Just the total debt divided by shareholders' equity. The total debt they have on their balance sheet, you look at the total debt, you look at shareholders' equity, you divide it, then you arrive at your debt equity ratios. And then debt equity ratios that is below 1 is a very good one. Anyone above 2 is a very bad company. All these things, you check them. That is number 6 checklist, debt equity ratios. Then we move to the next one, which is dividend consistency. Which is dividend consistency. You need to check, is the company paying dividend on a frequent basis for the past 5 to 10 years? Are they paying dividends? Are they really paying dividends? Do you look at their dividend history? Are they increasing their dividend, or are they maintaining the level of what they are paying? All these things will show if the company is doing very, very wonderfully well. You need to look at their consistency. In the like of Zenith Bank, in the like of GTCO, in the like of Dangote Cement, they have been consistent in their dividend payment. So you can put your money into this kind of businesses, into this kind of stocks, for you to be able to create wealth for you on a consistent manner. So dividend consistency, very, very key. Any company that is not rewarding shareholders, what are you doing in that company? If the company is not doing well, how is market price is going to be high to be able to have capital appreciation? All these things are very important. You check them. That is number 7. Then number cash flow. Free cash flow. Profit is important, but cash flow is very, very key. If you are generating revenue and you don't have that particular result in terms of cash in your bank statement, as deposit, or in your investment account that you can even turn to cash, all these things will have effects. That means you are declaring profit on paper. You must be able to study their cash flow to be able to look at operation and cash up generated from operation. Very, very key. And you trace it to the bank statement. That particular fund, you trace it to the bank statement to be sure that they are really, that is, they have cash in banks or at hand. Is very, very important. That shows that they are not declaring profits on paper. So from the what they are generated, they have cash moving in and out of bank. Seeing all these things, study their cash flow, you'll be able to determine if the company is good or not. So if company reports profit but no cash, that is a red flag. It's a very red flag. So the company must be able to declare dividend. To have cash flow in terms of profit to commensurate with the profit they are generating. Very, very important. Cash flow. You need to check the cash flow of any particular company. That is number 8. Then we move to market leadership. Are they the leader in that particular sector? Are they the leader? Is their product being competitive? For example, when you are looking at oil and gas sector, you are looking at Seplat, you are looking at Arade, you are looking at Mobil. All these are, leaders in their oil sector. When you look at Dangote Cement, you look at Bua Cement, you look at Bua Food. These are market leaders in their own respective sectors. Or you look at banking sector. When you look at banking sector, you look at Zenith, you look at GTCO, you look at Fidelity, you look at Access Bank. These are leaders in that banking sector. So that you look at what they are doing. So, or you are looking at telecommunication sector. When you are looking at telecommunication sector, we are talking about MTN, you are talking about Airtel Africa. All these things will inform you to know if any company is their leader and they are very doing well in that particular regard. That is number 9. You need to check. Are they the leader? Are they performing? Is their product being embraced? Is their product competitive? When you look at Dangote Cement now, a lot of people cannot go into that particular space. You must be able to be, of doing that kind of business. Those people that have done it before, they have because of they cannot meet up with the levels of Dangote Cement and Bua Cement. That's why we still have Dangote Cement and Bua Cement as at today, and Lafarge as at today. Then we move to is corporate governance. You need to be very careful about this particular area. You look at board structure. Who are the people that are on board, that are controlling the activities of the management in that particular setup? Are they well knowledgeable? Are they professional? All these things, you check the board structure, you check the transparency of that particular company. Are they really doing well? Are they being transparent? Are they supplying? Are they submitting their financial as requested by the body controlling their operations? Are they filing their financial with NGX? All these things are very important that you need to check. You need to check audit report of that particular company. Every year, the company must be audited. After the audition, after the audit, then you can now present your financial to NGX. When you present your financial, the audit report is very important. You need to check how they are doing well. You need to check that particular auditor, the report in that particular financial statement for you to be able to determine, because if there's any challenge, the auditor will qualify that particular account. That is very, very important. It's very, very important in terms of corporate governance. And then you need to check inside dealings. If there's somebody that just come into that particular stock and buy a lot of shares from that particular company, who is that person? All these 10 checklists, you need to check it very well to be able to be convinced before you go ahead and put your money into any stock. This particular video is a video that you need to click and continue to watch at on interval. Whenever you want to, you want to invest in any stock, you have to check all these checklists. If out of these 10 fundamental analysis metrics, and you are able to score that particular company 8 all over 10, that means you can go ahead and invest in that particular company. These are the ways for you to be able to know which stock for you to be able to invest, so that you can be able to create wealth for yourself. You don't need to be calling anybody. You don't need to be asking anybody. Whenever you want to look at a stock, just go to the website of NGS, look at their financial statement for that particular year, compare about 3 or 4 financial years together, look at their strength in terms of revenue generation, look at their strength in terms of the net profit made, look at the price earning ratio, look at the debt to equity ratio, look at all these particular metrics. When you check them and you are totally convinced based on what we have said in this video, then you can go ahead and invest in that particular space. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, what I just want you to do for me is to like this video. When you like this video, you are helping our channel. It makes our channel to be shared to so many people automatically by YouTube. At the same time, I want you to subscribe to my channel. When you subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell notification so that whenever we are giving out a valuable video like this, you will be among the first person to watch. Thank you very much for watching this video to the end. For like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. God bless.